Hello and welcome to Tuesday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, and this might look familiar to some of you. This is a homage actually to Marty Sears, and if you've been following the channel for any amount of time, you will know that we have solved some 20 puzzles in Marty Sears' Rat Run series, in which the clever rat Finks always has to find her way to the cupcake. Now this puzzle, that series, the second series of Rat Run puzzles, finished about 2 or 3 weeks ago on a sort of cliffhanger. But in the meantime, the constructor Tallcat has come up with a version of his own. Now this is called Mousetrap ? And it involves not rats, but a mouse called Mus, and a cat called Felix, not Tallcat. And I think the idea of this is for Mus the mouse to get to the cupcake, and for Felix the cat to get to the hole, which is described as an escape hole in the instructions, using some constraints on the paths that each is allowed to take. And apparently this is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. It is a great tribute to Marty and to the Rat Run series, and I am very much looking forward to having a go at this. It's the sort of thing that the moment it arrives in your inbox, you think, yeah, I've got to try and record a video of it. It's got 4 stars out of 5 for difficulty. And I will read you, the rules are quite long, mind you, and I will read you those rules in a moment or two's time. But a few things to mention. This evening, an hour and a half after this video comes out, assuming I can solve this puzzle, it's 10 o'clock. And at 10 o'clock we are streaming Nurikabe World, which is this puzzle. See, everything's moved about on my screen again. Not this puzzle, this game that has just come out. It came out just over a week ago. And if you're a fan of Nurikabe, in fact, just if you're a fan of puzzles, you'll probably love this game. I am very much looking forward to trying it, and Mark will be joining me. So 10 p.m. tonight, we'd love to have your company if you're around. Next, the closing date has really now passed for our monthly competition over on Patreon. It's been running since the 1st of January. It has been incredibly popular. Blobz has constructed this Sudoku hunt, The Hobbit. Now this, I haven't refreshed this today, so let's just quickly do the final count. So 1052 is the final count of solvers who managed to solve the entire thing, which is fabulous solving. Well done to each and every one of you. Frankly, everybody who got through one puzzle has done something, but to get through all 19 is incredible. It is incredible. And we will draw the winner shortly. The solution videos will be up shortly as well, so do check those out if you did get stuck. And the prize, some of you know this already, is you don't have to do it, but if your name is picked out as one of the 1052, you'll be offered the chance to make a Sudoku video that will hopefully appear on the channel at some point. And I can tell you that on Thursday morning at 10 p.m. UK time, we are releasing the second such video. So last month Maddie won, and we released the video of that one, and Cecilia won. Maddie won the month before, but Cecilia won last month's puzzle. We've just recorded the video. It's going live on Thursday, 10 a.m. UK time. Look out for that. And you can see how we got on. And if you'd like to be part of this series, the way to do it is to win one of our monthly competitions. So do check those out. And as you can see, the quality is it's off the scale. And I'll have news on what February's competition will be in short order. But let us move on to some birthdays. I'm going to start off by wishing Ethan a very happy birthday. Ethan has turned 10, and I think, Ethan, I remember you. Your dad, George, has written to us to say, could we say happy birthday? You're over in LaPorte, Texas. And I think you're a bit of a maths whiz, aren't you? I seem to remember that from last year. And apparently your Sudoku has been improving leaps and bounds by watching and trying the puzzles on the channel. And I'm delighted to hear that. And I'm most delighted of all to see, hang on, let me get this picture in the right place. There is Ethan with a properly, I mean, that is a proper chocolate cake, isn't it? That has got a lot of icing. Providing that's all very chocolatey icing. Is that white chocolate icing there, Ethan? I can't quite see that. Oh, it has to be chocolate icing. I don't want that to be any sort of jellification or anything like that. That's providing it's sort of proper cheesecake thickness, then you've done a good thing. You look like you're enjoying it anyway. And Ethan, many happy returns. Next, Boris. Boris, your roommate, is it Hyope? I hope I'm saying that correctly, but Hyope wrote to us and said that you have got your 21st birthday today, and you watch every single one of the videos. Well, thank you for doing that, Boris. And you're having a big birthday party dinner. Is that tonight? I'm not sure if it's tonight, but I hope that goes well. I'm sure it will. And Boris, many happy returns. And then Brent, your girlfriend, is it Gisel? I hope I'm saying that correctly. Well, Gisel wrote to us, Brent, and said that you're turning 28 today. And she thought it might make you very happy if you heard a birthday shout out. Well, I hope it does. I mean, that's the business we're in, is making people very happy. So, Brent, many happy returns. And then finally, Ephraim. Ephraim, over there in Germany, your girlfriend Hanny wrote to us and said you might appreciate a shout out. I think you're keen on the channel. So, Ephraim, I hope you have a brilliant birthday with, of course, a large slice of Ethan-esque chocolate cake. And that is all the birthdays. Now, looking forward to this. Let us turn our attention. That wasn't an attempt at ASMR, by the way. Let's turn our attention to the rules for Mousetrap by Tallcat. Tallcat, I think you should have been the one in the puzzle, not Felix. I think that would have been very funny. Anyway, here are the rules. We've got normal Sudoku rules apply. We've got, so the digits 1 to 9 have to appear once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. The goal: Mus the mouse must reach the cupcake, and Felix the cat must reach the escape hole, finding paths through the maze. Individually, their paths must not visit any cell more than once, cross itself, or pass through any thick maze walls. As well as moving orthogonally, both Mus and Felix can move diagonally if there's a 2x2 space in which to do so, but may never pass diagonally through a round wall spot on the corner of a cell. So that is absolutely the same rules as all the rat run puzzles. So let me just go to the pen drawing tool. So paths like this I think would be allowed, because there's no, but paths like that wouldn't be, because you can see that purple wall spot there prevents that, so we can't do that. But we can do, whoopsie, not that. We could do that, I think. Now it then says, importantly, the paths of Felix and Mus can cross each other. This can only happen on even digits, and if it does happen, both paths must continue on to another cell in a straight line. So, I'm going to claim, and what I was going to claim is wrong. So that was not a very sensible thing to do. I was going to say that was possible, but then I realised they're not crossing on a digit, are they? They're crossing on sort of the corner of a cell. So, okay, well, we could do that. That would work, wouldn't it? Let me read the rule again. This can only happen on even digits, if this cell was even, obviously. And both paths must continue on to another cell in a straight line. Well, that's met that condition. I'm not sure. I suppose it would be possible to do it. No, it would. No, it wouldn't. It might be possible to do a diagonal. I have a feeling a diagonal crossing is possible, but I can't immediately see where to do one. Maybe it's not possible. I think it would be possible, absent this purple wool spot here, because I can see that absent that purple wool spot, that could be, if that's an even digit, that would be a possible way they could cross each other, I think. But I don't think there's enough space. There may well be enough space, I'm just not seeing the spot at which that could happen. But anyway, in theory, paths can cross, providing they continue. One-way doors is the next thing it says. Mus and Felix may only pass through black arrows if moving in the direction the arrow is pointing. An arrow always points to the smaller of the two values it sits between. Right, so these are basically like inequality signs, but they operate as doors as well. So what they are not, even though that looks like a V, it's not a V. It's not a Sudoku V, it's a door. Yeah, this is so you can't go, so the mouse Mus can't go that way, can't go east to west through this door because of the, it's not, is it a he or a she mouse? Hang on, Mus the mouse, oh I don't know, hang on, I'm looking for the, it doesn't say, but Mus, is Mus a, I think Mus might be a male mouse, I'm not sure. Probably annoying everybody called Mus. But yeah, I'll say he can't go that way because the arrow isn't in the right direction. Now next, black currents. Cells connected by a black current have a 1:2 ratio, so one is double the other. Not all possible black currents are given, so if that square there is a 2, that square there has to either be 1, because 2 is double 1, or it could be 4, because 4 is double 2. That is how black currents work, and it's totally fine for those two squares to be 2 and 4, and there be no black current between them. There doesn't have to be a black current between two digits that are in a 1:2 ratio. It's just we know positive information about several dominoes in the grid where there are black currents given. Grapes. Digits separated by a green grape have a difference of at least 5. Not all possible grapes have been given. So if that square in the corner is a 1, this has to be at least 6, because we need the difference between the two digits to be at least 5. And obviously, same thing again, those two squares could be 5 apart, 1 and 6 for example. There doesn't need to be a green grape between them. So again, we're just being given positive information about what looks like 3 dominoes in the grid. Now, path constraints. For Mus, the path within each box must be a thermometer, with the bulb being the first square entered and the tip being the last square in the box. Digits along a thermometer increase from the bulb to the tip. So, let's just draw a theoretical path. So if Mus did that, and we'll say that he's going this way, then this effectively functions as the bulb of a thermometer. And in that case, this would be the lowest digit, so that could be a 1. But then this has to be bigger than 1, so that could be a 3. Yeah, this might work. 3, 6, using the black current, and then we have to keep increasing. So that is, I think, a possible way. If that turns out to be correct, I apologise, it is luck. But that's a way I think Mus could move through that box. Repeat visits to the same box are considered separate thermometers. Goodness only knows where that's possible. But I don't know. I mean, it's presumably possible. Oh, maybe, yeah, there is a place. So let's say, actually, that wouldn't work. I don't know, but it's clear what the rule means anyway. And then for Felix, so this is the cat, Felix, adjacent cells along the path must be of different parity, odd/even. So, okay, so if this was even, the next cell would have to be odd. And then the next cell, if it was there, would have to be even, etc., etc. And that is, I think, all of the rules. do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. And I hope that this is, well, I can immediately see it's a sort of homage, because in Marty's puzzles, you know, the path that Finks would take through the maze would be the most obscure nonsense you could possibly devise. So, you know, you'd almost have, it was almost parody at the end, where you'd have the mouse here, or the rat here, and the cupcake there, but for some reason, you know, she couldn't just go directly to it. And I can at least see that Mus can't go directly to the cupcake like that, because he'd go through the one-way door the wrong way. So I suppose we better have a colour, better than we. So let's have red for the colour. So the mouse must go there, and then either is going there or that way. Actually, it's going to be quite difficult for Mus to go this way, because remember that the path has to be a thermometer for Mus. So if it does go that way, that would be an 8-cell thermometer straight away. Oh no, and it wouldn't. Okay, sorry, and then I wasn't obeying this. And it would go there, it would go wrong. Because if we go that way after that, the thermometer's the wrong way round, isn't it? Because this digit has to be bigger than this digit. And the thermometer would break. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would have to be lower, but would be later on the thermometer. So that's wrong. So actually, we can do that. And that, well, look at this, we're away here. Oh, okay. Okay, I don't know if he goes there or there. I don't think he can now turn down. I don't think that's possible, because then we'd have to go the wrong way through the one-way door. So, okay, so this is, right, so this is, well, that's not great. It's a 4-cell thermometer, isn't it? That's not very long. That means this is at least 4 on a black currant. Two, 3. I mean, I might as well pencil mark it, because 5, 7, and 9 can never appear on black currants. Because if you think about the nature of the relationship that the 5, 7, and 9 would be in, you'd have to have a doubling or halving relationship. And 5, 7, and 9, if you halve them, you don't get integers, so they're definitely not Sudoku digits. And if you double them, the integers you get are too high, 10, 14, and 18, and not Sudoku digits. So I think this has to be 4, 6, or 8. And if that's 8, that would be 9 by dint of the inequality. And that digit is therefore 2, 3, 4, or 8. And that's going to be the first. So that can't be 8, because that would be the first digit on at least a 4-cell thermometer. So this is a 2, 3, or a 4, which doesn't restrict that one. If this was 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, this is not 2, but that's getting quite specialist. If that's 2 and that's 4, I think this 4-cell thermo has to go 1, 2, 3, 4, doesn't it? And you're going to get 2 2s in that column. So I think that is now 3 or 4. So this is never 4. Yeah, that's okay. Now this is a big digit, because this is at least 7 in order to be bigger than this digit. And that's at least, so that's at least 4, 5. So this is at least 6 now. 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6, 7. No, so sorry, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's at least 6. And that's, oh, that's not a V, is it? That's an I'm going to get that wrong. That's a that's just an inequality. So that's just a bigger digit than this. Okay, and how do we eventually get to the cupcake? Is that, oh, I see, we can drop here, drop here, drop here. What was the constraint for the cat? The cat, Felix, oh yeah, parity. Okay, so we've got to alternate parity. Right. Right. Okay, that's interesting, because I don't think that Felix can go... I think Felix is going to go across there, I think. Because if you think about this, I should probably have started here, actually. Three cells connected by 2 black currants. This digit has to be a 2 or a 4. And that's because of the doubling nature. Because these digits are all different, one of these is either going to be 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8. Now, how do I know that? Well, let's try other options. Let's try 3 and double it. 3, 6, 12. Well, 12 isn't Sudoku, is it? So it can't be any bigger. So the starting digit of the sequence, which is going to be on one side, is either 1 or it's 2. And it's either going to go 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8. So the central digit is always 2 or 4. But crucially, the top 2 digits, whether it's a 2 and a 4 or a 4 and an 8, are of the same parity. They're both even. So there's no way that Felix can just rustle up the side of the grid here. That will not work. Now Felix can't go through there. Felix can't go through there. So I think Felix has to go through there. And that's, okay, but that's a crossing point which had to be an even digit. And it is an even digit, so we don't actually learn anything there. But that, yeah, okay, so we better draw this in. Let's go to the pen drawing tool. So I'll use a different colour. So let's say Felix goes like this, which I think must be true. At the crossing points, you have to go straight on. And the parity of this is all different, so that's even. We might actually have to parity colour this. I'm not sure, but that's even, so this is odd. And this is odd. I'm going to do it, actually. I'm at least going to do it for the cells along Felix's path. So that's even. So, yes, because Felix has to go here. Here. Up. Oh, Felix can't go through the wrong way door. So Felix is going to hit this cell. That has to be a crossing point then. So Felix must go straight on, and Mus must go there. This is lovely. We're doing quite well here. Now, we can parity colour all of the... Oh, that's good. So the parity worked there. This is an even digit, according to the colouring, and that is a crossing point. So that meets the conditions. What was the thing? Oh, thermometers. Yeah, so this thermometer's got longer. So this digit 3, 4, 5, 6. That's at least a 7. So that is a 7, 8, or a 9, and it has to be bigger than this digit, which is going to be very simple for it, I would have thought. And then the thermometer resets when it enters the next box. So, look at column 2. I've got 4 even digits. Now, think about Sudoku. How many even digits are there in Sudoku? Well, there are only 4. 2, 4, 6, and 8. So this digit, the mouse, and the top of the column are odd. And that doesn't prevent this being a 1, which would have been the best sort of restriction. So that could be a 1, and that doesn't really put any pressure on the thermo. Oh goodness, so what do we do now? We know that's even, so 3, 4, 5, okay, that's at least 6, so that's 6 or 8 by dint of the mouse path. So I was about to say that's even, but that's not how the mouse path works. Sorry. Oh golly, this could get quite confusing, I think. So the mouse path is on the wrong side of the cat path at the moment. It's sort of on the outside of it. And it's going to have to get it's going to have to cross it again. Oh no, maybe it doesn't actually. I'm not sure. Maybe it does. I'm not actually sure. I think it does. Because if I take the green path straight to the hole, how would the red path get round it if it didn't cross it? I don't think it could. So I think there must be more crossings of the paths. This is a bit tricky, isn't it? So how do we do this? Is there some reason? So this could be a crossing here, couldn't it? If Felix goes up to this cell, so that's on a green dot. Okay, so a little trick about green dots, they operate like German whispers. So you can't put 5 in this square, because this digit would then have to be at least 5 different from 5, and there are no Sudoku digits that meet that criteria. So that's 1, 3, 7, or 9. It's far more constrained actually. If the red path, which is a thermometer, goes up to there, I don't think that works. I might be wrong. No, I don't. Oh, that's beautiful actually. Tallcat, take a bow for that. That's really clever. Okay. And I might be wrong about this, but let's just try this for a moment. Now, very clear that this is the 4th cell along a thermo. If we do this, if we take this route, so it can't be 1 or 3. So its nature is of being 7 or 9. Well, it can't be 9 because that is not the cupcake. So Mus needs to continue further, and that would lead to a 10 or something like that, which is not a Sudoku digit. So the only thing this can be is 7. But if it's 7, what's this digit? It has to be 5 different from 7, so it has to be 1 or 2. And whichever one of those it is, it's the 3rd cell on a thermo, which is not a possible... So you can't put 1 or 2 on the 3rd cell on a thermo. So actually, this is a crossing. And the green goes up to the top, where... Yeah, I mean, it has to turn like that, doesn't it? I was just thinking for a moment whether it could do that. It can't do that because it can't go straight on. And so let's do that. And then it's got to go straight on again. The red one can't bump into it there because it couldn't continue. It would go off the grid. So I'm not sure what happens then, but we can do more colouring. That one's orange, that one is even, and we've got, oh, that's even, and it's it can't be 2 because it's in the 3rd position along a thermo, so that is at least 4. So 2 in this column is here or here. Now this would be the place to put it, wouldn't it? Because that would give us a 1 there. Oh, I don't know. Okay, so I don't know what to do now. Okay, so if that's 4, that's bigger. So that's at least 5. Oh, I see. I've got a digit. I've got a digit. The way to get a digit here is very peculiar. But it's to think about the nature of Mus's path as regards secrets of thermometers. So there are only 2 secret, well, and it's the same secret really for a thermometer. In fact, I can get 2 digits. I can get 2 digits. Sorry, I was only thinking about the first secret. So let's think about thermometers. They have a bulb, they have a tip. Now, the only 2 digits that are sort of definitely constrained in that regard are 1s and 9s, because 1, if it's on a thermometer, can only go on the bulb for obvious reasons. If you put it halfway up the thermometer, you're going to need zeros and negative numbers, and they don't exist. 9 can only go on the tip. Now look at column 3. Now where in this this, remember, is an even digit, so it's not 1 or 9. None of those are tips or bulbs. So 1 and 9 are in those positions, but this is the 4th cell on a thermometer, so it's not 1. That is 9, that is 1. I got the 1 in my head first, then realised I could do the same logic for the 9. Now, both of those are odd digits, so this square is now, right, that's 3 or 7, so this is very limited. That is 2 or 8, actually. It's even. Because it has to be a digit that's 5 different from 3 and 7. Now, 3 only has 2 possible partners there, and they are the digits 8 and 9, but 9's been taken away. 7 only has 2 partners, 1 and 2, but 1's been taken away. So that is 3 or 7, which makes this 2 or 8. Now, that's... come on, that's going to be... It's going to be something like where's 2 in column 3, I think. But the thing is 2 could go there. Where's 3 in column 3? Problem is, I think it could be there, it could be there, it could be there. No, okay, so that's maybe not sensible. But Mus's path can't go into a 1. Mus's path has hit the biggest digit it's ever going to hit, which is the digit 9. So the path goes there. And now, for some reason, this is going to cross, isn't it? I don't know. I know what Mark would do here. Mark would pencil mark this thermometer. I don't think I'm going to do that. That's odd. 1 is restricted. 1 is restricted on the thermometer path, the red path only, but not really restricted on the green path, on the cat's path. That digit is 3, 5 or 7, but that's not on the red path, so we can't use that. If that's 4, this would have to go 2, 3, 4. No, you can't do that. If this is 4, because this operates as a thermo, it doesn't have 1 on it, so it would have to go 2, 3, 4, but that's going to break this relationship up here on the green dot. That must have a low digit on it, a 2 or a 3. So that's not 4. Now what I'm seeing there is that's giving me a 6, 8 pair in this column. So I get a 2, 4 pair. This square is now restricted. 1, 2 or 3. Oh no, it's odd. 1 or 3. Is that right? It's odd. It seems to be by colouring have to be odd. No, this isn't a thermo. Oh gosh, it's so easy to make a mistake here. It really is. Does that have to be low? If that's 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Five, 6, 7, 8. Can I... That would have to be 2. This would have to be... Hang on. Hang on. Have I got a digit missing there? I'm not sure I have, but 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm just going to think about that, sorry. 5, 6, 7, 8 is what I'm thinking about. Now I'm thinking about where 2 goes in this column. It has to go at the top. 2 is even, so that's fine. Now, this has to be 3, 4, 5, doesn't it? I think. And is that's thermometerable? That looks like it might be okay, actually. Have I run out of even digits or odd digits? Don't think I have. I'm not sure. But I can't see immediately what's wrong with that, so let's get rid of that. Do we... Can I always prove that's 2? That would at least give me an 8-3 pair at the top. If that's not 2, then this is 2. That would make this 1. I don't know, I probably have to do something more with the paths. But I'm not sure. If that's 4, then I don't think this can be. If it goes 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you couldn't put 3, 2 and 3 in the column then. So if that's 4, that is 1 or 3. That would give me a pair here. Or is it something to do with, maybe I should label up my even digits. I'm not sure whether it's even digits or odd digits that are under the most pressure, actually. Now this one has to be bigger than that's fine. Oh dear, okay. No, what I was about to say is absolutely not true. Okay, where's 9 in box thingy, box 7? I don't know is the answer, but it's either here, which would be quite interesting, or here. It's definitely not even. It can't be the bulb of the thermo. So if this is 9, this is 9. If this is 9, one of those two is 9. No, I'm sorry, I can't quite see it. Okay, let's try other things then. What else have we got? We've got more green dots to worry about. We've got... We know the path here of the cat, Felix, to give it its proper name. So Felix has to go... Felix has to go to there somehow. But there's all sorts of possibilities, isn't there? Can Felix go to the cupcake? Because the mouse is going to go to the cupcake. Probably not, actually. I don't like the idea of that. This can only happen. Both paths must continue. No, okay, I'm going to claim from the rules that this is not on Felix's path. Because if it was, Felix can go straight through the cupcake, that's fine. But I don't think that Mus can, because Mus is going to finish on the cupcake. So it's not. So Mus's path will not continue to another cell. So Felix doesn't go along there. So Felix So Felix goes that way, out of box 9 into box 8. Hang on. Have we got some sort of bishop's move thing going on? No, we haven't. No, we haven't. Nearly. Oh, that's right. Okay, so here's a point that might be relevant. Although it might not. I can't actually see how to use it. The point I was going to say is that Oh, I just had another thought. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted. The point I was going to make is that... I've really got distracted. Sorry. The point I was going to make is that if Felix's path... Let's say Felix's path is purely orthogonal through the grid. What do I mean by orthogonal? I mean this type of thing, and not this type of, that type of thing. Now, if it was only this type of thing, we could actually label the polarity of this, or the parity of this cell, couldn't we? Because in order to get to the next cell from here, it's always going to be on the same bishop's colour. Well, in 2 steps, you're always going to be on the same bishop's colour, because you're going to do things like this. In other words, the next, if in what bishop's colour is this on? You see, that's not on the same bishop's colour, so that would be an even digit. But it's scuppered a bit, because if the path did this, then the bishop's colour rule doesn't work. Because obviously you can get onto a cell of the same bishop's colour with one move, which you can't if you're only moving orthogonally. Now, if that was... The thing is, there's loads of ways actually that you can change the polarity. I hadn't realised this, but I mean, it's actually really easy to do it. There's loads of places for diagonal crossings in the bottom of the grid. So it's probably not that I meant to think about. Yeah, I've got something different. Now this is what was itching my brain as I was trying to explain that point. Now I realise that's not helpful. But I've just realised something about the black current here. If this is 5 and it goes 6, 7, 8, I said that had to be 2, and then that had to be a 3, 4, 5 run. That doesn't work because the black current's not fulfilled. Let me double check that. So if you go 5, 6, 7, 8, which would be totally false because this can't be bigger than 8, that has to be 4. Now just stop there. Where are you putting 2 and 3 in column 3? There isn't enough space for them. Therefore, this is a 1 or a 3, and that is a pair. So that digit is high. It's probably 9, but 5, 7, or 9. Problem, see, has that just done nothing, has it? If I know these are 1 and 3, can I use the thermometer? No. Oh, I don't know. I just don't know. 3. If that's okay, if that's 6, that's 3. Yeah, I probably should have started somehow by pencil marking all these thermometers. It's just not my nature to do that. Can I... So the green path is pure polarity. We know this is even. We don't know that... No, this is the red path, so I can't assume this is odd. That would have been really helpful. I just know this is bigger. Okay, so maybe I need to pencil mark it. So it's 4, 5, 6. Actually, it can't be bigger than that, can it? I'm just seeing. Because if it was 7, this would be 8, and that would need to be 9. So that's only 4, 5, or 6. So that must be 5, 6, or 7 by that logic. So... so there is a problem here. If this is 3, I think. If this is 3, there's no, I might be wrong, but if this is 3, I don't think you can fill column 3. If this is 3, I've got the immediate problem of where 3 goes in the column. It has to go here, doesn't it? It's the only place it can go. But then this has to be 6, and that makes this 3, 4, 5, 6, and that cell has no possible fill. I mean, that's easy to get once you've pencil marked this cell, but unless you pencil mark it, I would argue it's not terribly easy to get. So I think that's 1, and that's 3, and that's 4, therefore, as a result of having to be greater than that. So that's 2. So does that do anything? Maybe not. That's not 4. Oh, nearly. It so nearly does things. 1 in box 4 is in one of 2 places. And 3 in box 4 is in one of 2 places. And the upshot of that is going to be, oh, come on, brain, come up with something of some value. This is so going to be a 2, isn't it? This is a thermo. If it's not 2, this is at least 5. So this would be 8. And that would be 4. And where would you put 3 in the column again? Golly, is that right? That might be wrong, but I think it's a similar argument. So what I'm saying is, if this is not 2 in this column, then because it can't be 3 or 4 either, it's 5 at least, which pushes this up to being 8 and pushes this up to being 4. And now, in this column, you can put 2 in, but you can't put 3. So this is 2. Which means this is not 2. So I've now got a 6, 8 pair in this row. I've got all the even digits in box 7. And these squares are 5, 7s and 9s, and they are odd. So let's put that in. 5, 7, 9, and this isn't 9, and this is a thermo. Oh, bobbins. That doesn't work. No, it's still the same problem. Where's 3 in the column? Okay, so now we're getting restricted. So that becomes 6, that becomes 8. Where's... no, we've got 2 in the column. I can't use that. Where is 8 in the column? Appears to have to be there. I wonder if that would have... I could have done that before, actually. I just didn't have that thought. So that's 2. That's 7 by the green dot. This is no longer 7. So 3... This is 5 or 9 by Sudoku. So 3 in column 2 is placed. I am not checking at all at the moment about the various... Well, this is a thermo. So that has to be 4, then 5. So that's not 5 in the corner. This is an 8. I've now got a 7, 9 pair. That's definitely odd. 5 is definitely odd. Knowledge bomb. That's definitely 4. This is every bit. It's exactly like Marty's puzzles, isn't it? It's sort of super intricate stuff that you have to really think about in order to... It feels like you should be able to do things, and you just can't. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay, so this 6 is taking 6 out of both of those squares. And where's 4 in this column? It's got to be there. So that black dot now is not 4, 8, and it's not 2, 4. So it's either 1, 2, or it's 3, 6. And there's probably some thermometer jiggery-pokery we can do here. Or maybe there isn't, actually. That's got to be even. That's definitely odd. That's definitely odd. So this is even. That's a 6 by dint of the quincunx we've got on the odd digits in box 4. So this is not 3, 6. This is 1, 2. This is the only place for 1, apparently, in the quincunx of odd digits. So 1 is in one of... Actually, 1 and 2 are in these squares, possibly on the whole, which is where we've got to get Felix to. So But I don't know the parity here, do I? I know the parity there. I know that's a small digit because it's the start of a thermo. If that's a 1, that's a big digit. Ah, that's a 4. Aha! Here's something. Oh, yeah, this is good. This is very good. This can't be a 2 because of my pencil marks. So that's got to be 8, and that's a 2. So that's this. These are all even digits. So look for 6s in the grid. There's a 6, right? Look, that's got to be odd. It sees a 6 in its row. No, that didn't work. That's odd. So that's 1, 3, or 7. And 8 is in one of those 3 squares by Sudoku. 4 is in one of these squares by Sudoku. And therefore, we just have to figure out, well, I don't know what we have to figure out. We have got to get... Okay, so the mouse has to get to the cupcake. Okay, so it's now on the right side of the cat. So, ooh, wow. That's interesting. If we try and get the mouse to go into box 5 and down to the cupcake, that first digit there is at least a 3, isn't it? Because it can't be 1 or 2. So you'd have to avoid the 1 and the 2 on the thermometer that you make. You'd have to sort of go right round here. So 3, something like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be at least an 8. All the low digits are gone in that row. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bobbins, but Bobbins face. I don't know what to do now. Have we got... thermometer logic. 7 is bigger than 6. Knowledge bomb. So that's 5. That's 9. That's 7 in the corner. That's 9. That's 5. That's 7. I've done the... no, I've done more. I was going to say I've done the first 3 columns. I've actually done more than that. I've virtually got all the even digits in row 7. I need a 4. And which one is it? The cat. The cat is bothered about parity. So doesn't there have to be a 4 in this domino? I think there does. I'll do that pencil mark. It's a terrible pencil mark because it crosses box boundaries, which corner pencil marks are not meant to do. You know, they're meant to be logic that applies in a 3x3 box. But I think one of those has to be even, I think, by the rules of cat. And therefore, the only even digit available is 4. So let's mark the other squares as odd, I suppose. That must be a sensible thing to do. 1, 3, and 5. And that's the wrong way round. Bobbins, that could well be a very small digit, and that could be a very big digit. That's on a green dot. So that's 1 or 3 now. It really is a very small digit. Again, it doesn't do anything to this digit. But what does it do to this digit? This digit is high, and it's 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's not 7. It's 6, 8, or 9. So, I don't know. Oh, these digits are interesting. They've got to be 3, 7, and 9. Sorry, I hadn't. So this is another grape. So that is if that's a 3, that is a 9. That's not 3, because that would need to be 8 or 9, and it can't be. So that is a high digit, and this digit is 1, 2, or 3, and that is the whole digit for the cat. Oh goodness, I mean that's just not helpful, is it? I don't know. Alright, I think we're going to have to think about the paths more. So let's try and work out what's going on up here. Okay, that's interesting. If the red path goes down and tries to escape down to the cupcake, it's got to go through that cell. We worked that out, and that's going to have to be a 7 now. Can't be 9 because it can't be the biggest cell. It's still got 2 more cells of thermo. So we'd have to go something like 3, 4, 5, 7, or 3, 4, 6, 7 or something. 8, 9. Now, that may be impossible. 8, 9. 7, 8, 9 would be how you'd have to do it. And 9 would be bigger than 1 or 3. So that doesn't work. Okay, the cat path. The cat, yeah, the cat's end goal is here. So the cat cannot go back into the bottom of the grid again, because it can't get out of it again without running over the path it's already gone over. These are one-way tickets. You can go down, but then you can't get back up again without coming up the left side. So however the cat gets to here, he must go through that square, I'm going to claim. Even if he crosses here, he can't then get out of box 5 downwards. So he'd have to go back up here, and if the cat stays high, that cell is always cat, I think. Now, do we know... Oh no, we don't know the polarity. I was about to say we know the polarity, because to get here, you're on the same bishop's colour, but not if that goes down here. Then we could rinky-dink around, couldn't we, and change polarity. So we don't know that that's necessarily odd. So if well, okay, so now that's interesting, because if the mouse path doesn't turn down, so this might be how we prove the mouse path turns down, because if the mouse path goes here instead of here for its next move, the mouse path is going to hit the wrong polar... Oh no, it wouldn't necessarily be the wrong polarity if this had changed polarity. Sorry, what I was thinking is that the mouse and the cat, if they meet, if their paths cross, it's an even digit. And so I was thinking that that's difficult, because obviously this is on the same bishop's colour, but actually if this does go here, and that is therefore even, because we know that the cat definitely goes into this square as well as the mouse if it goes that way, then this couldn't just descend, so it would have to go down here and rinky-dink around in order to have the correct polarity by the time it got back to that square. Golly gosh, so that's really... Okay, so I'm not sure then. So one option is that these cross. if they don't cross, well, if they don't cross, this is what I think is going to happen. Because it's so constrained in box 5 for the mouse to go here. Oh no, the mouse could go back up here. No. That is one thing I can rule out. So if the mouse does descend into box 5, the mouse does not go back up into box 2 again. Because the only way that the mouse does that, it forces this green circle to be even because it's a crossing point, but the only way that the cat gets to that square in this paradigm is directly. So the cat couldn't change polarity, and that should be an odd digit. Yeah, so if we can prove that the mouse goes down to box 5, then the mouse has to do that. And that's hugely constraining because it's going to make this a 7, this an 8, this a 9. So maybe I should disprove maybe I can disprove the other version. If we do it but the other way. Hang on. Let's do it a different way then. What happens? Okay. If the mouse does go down into box 8, then the cat and the mouse have to cross in box 8, don't they? On an even digit, so not there. That would be the crossing point. That's it. Okay, that feels interesting. So what I'm thinking now is that if the mouse at some point in its journey descends there, we can see that because the mouse is going to go to the cupcake, I don't know what path the mouse will take, but it will go some way, whereas the green path, which is the initial path of the cat, has to get to there. So they're going to have to cross each other. And we know that the crossing must take place on an even digit. Where can that be? It can't be on the cupcake, because we can't cross on the cupcake. It can't be here or here. They cannot be crossing points. There's got to be enough room for the paths to cross and continue. So it looks to me like the only way that works is like this. Now, I don't know if that's possible or not, but that's what I think it would do. So that would be 6 or 8. Which I think is fine, actually. I'm not sure. I can't see why that's wrong. 1, 3, 1, 3, 4, 5. 1, 3, 4, 5. So that would be 4. Those would be, 1, 9 pair. It's really constrained, actually. Oh, hang on, that doesn't work. Oh, goodness me, that's so hard to see, but I don't think it does work. I think there's a problem with 9 in the box. Right, goodness me. Okay, so let's say we are in this world. Yeah, okay. What I'm going to have to do to show you why this is a problem is parity colour the implied path. Because the green path is the cat path, so it can be parity coloured. Because this, we know, is the crossing point, so that's definitely even, and these are both odd. Now look what that does. Just look, it's beautiful actually. This is right, isn't it? This is what we should have, or I should have spotted earlier. I just didn't. I didn't think about it at all. But once you do consider it, you can see the beauty of the logic, because these two being odd, they see 7, 3, and 5. So what are they? They're 1 and 9. Well, what does that make this? It makes this 3 on a green dot, so it makes this 8 or 9. Well, it can't be 9 anymore. We've just said there's a 1, 9 pair here. So this goes 3, 8. But remember that Mus's path is a thermometer. So this has to be 9, because it's got to be bigger than 8, but it can't be 9 because there's a 9 in one of those. So it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So what that means is, hang on, let's get rid of those because they aren't earned. Let's get rid of this. That's not earned. What it means is, yeah, this is, I mean, it's actually incredibly involved, this, because we first had to conclude that we couldn't do that, which we can't, but that is important to this chain of logic. There is no way that Mus now descends, because having descended either does that which breaks or goes a ring around the rosy, and that breaks. So Mus goes there, and now this can't be a crossing point because Mus must descend. Mus must go into this square. So the only way that we can change the polarity of this so far as green is concerned is to cross, go down here, and somewhere in this box there's going to have to be rinky-dinkage that goes on. But we can now do a little, that's even, definitely, that's definitely odd, that's definitely even. So this is 2, 4 or 6 maybe. Not 6 actually, it's C6, 2 or 4. It can't be 8 because it's a 4-cell thermo at least, because it might continue. Oh no, hang on, it can't continue, can it? Because because we know green goes into here and we know the direction from which Mus enters this cell, we can actually do that and that as forced entries. And that, oh, I see, and we know this is even. So we know these two are now both odd. So you can see, look, the bishop's colour's changing on the green line. This is even, it's not 4, so it's 6 or 8. It's 4th cell at least on a thermo. Well, it is now exactly the 4th cell on the thermo. If that's 4, that can't be 5 or 6, so it would have to go 4. Well, that's impossible. If this is 4, that can't be 7 because that can't be 9. So this is 2, which means this is 2 and this is 1. That's definitely even, that's definitely odd. 2 is placed in box 8 by that fair-weathered friend Sudoku. Therefore, no, nearly, actually very nearly. Yeah, look where 2, I can place 2. I was just thinking that if 2 went here, and the mouse visited it, this would have to be a 1, and it couldn't. And in fact, that's exactly right. Because the mouse goes here, the mouse must go there, so it is a thermo. So if that's a 2, that's got to be 1. So that's impossible. So this is 2. This is 2 by Sudoku. That is not 2 on the... So that's definitely odd on the cat's exit from the maze. These are definitely even. I think you have to do this with colouring. I think it would be incredibly difficult to keep track of the polarity if you didn't colour. I'm actually going to now pencil mark these squares, 1, 3, 4 and 5. No, that was silly. That didn't work, did it? That's definitely odd. That's definitely... Oh, these are all definitely odd. Come on, Simon. Okay, so that digit is 1, 3 or 7 by Sudoku, given we know it's odd. These digits are 3, 5s and 9s, but that's not 3. That could be anything. This digit, I see this is a thermo, so I just don't think that's going to be under the same sorts of pressures. That's got to be... Okay, that digit is higher than 2, and it's not 3 or 4, so it's silly again, isn't it? It's 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9. I don't like that deduction. In fact, are these going to have to cross again? I'm just thinking the green is now... So the green is going to wander about in box 5, changing its polarity, if not its religion. And then it's going to come up here. And then it's going to come over here. And eventually it's going to get there. So I think it's going to have to cross red again, which is going to have to be on an even digit. Yeah, I don't know. That feels like it is a point we'll have to think about at some stage. Oh, but hang on. How does the mouse get to the cupcake at all now? Because effectively what we've now... Yeah, this is good. Yeah, this is really good. Yes. How does the mouse get to the cupcake? The mouse does not descend down column 9, because that's not a thermo that's possible. 8 then 4 is not increasing. So the mouse goes there, and this cell is now a crossing point. So we've got to do that and that. So this digit, that digit is 4. That is the even digit we were looking for in the row. I wonder if I'd done this in a different order, whether that would have become really clear very quickly. Right, so the red thing has to continue. And then it must go that way. It can't get out if it doesn't go that way. So that is how the end of Mus's path works. Now, okay, so this square now becomes odd. That square is going to be some sort of high-ish number, isn't it, on a thermometer. So this digit is higher than 4, so that's at least 6 actually. It's 6, 7 or 8. It can't be 9 because this square is on the thermometer. And this digit is 8 or 9 only. Oh, nearly a triple. If that's not 6, we'd have a triple. And then that digit's lower. Oh, that digit's low, but it's not terribly low because it can't be 1 or 2. So that's at least 3. The cupcake is at least 4. Yeah, oh no, that doesn't work. Sorry, I thought I was about to say where 1 was. I think that is true. 1 by Sudoku is in one of those 2 squares in box 8, so this is not 1. But that doesn't matter because we already know it's parity. Good grief. I mean, this is... It's a bit like yesterday's puzzle. It's an incredibly clever construction, this. Is that definitely even? Or is that an anachronism left over from when I was thinking there was a crossing point? That's an anachronism, isn't it? I'm glad I had the 9 in there. I haven't used that logic, I don't think. Or the fact that this was blue to prove anything. Sorry, I just nudged the microphone. That's not going to be a good thing. Bobbins, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so hang on. Okay, maybe we can do better with polarity, or parity I should say, in box 5, because this is definitely, I mean, this is a fatuous point, but this cell is definitely odd. So we can't go there. We can't have come from this square, can we? That won't work. We have to change parity. So actually we can't go diagonally because of this wall spot here. So we're going to have to go there. And this square we've just proved is even. And it's 4 or 6. And this square is 4. There's a 4-6 pair. There we go. That's a little bit of luck for the goodies. So we're here. Yes. And now we can see how the polarity change must happen. The next move can't be into the same parity. So we've got to go there. And now this one just goes straight down. And we've achieved rinky-dinkage in this box. So now... 1, 3, 5. This is 3 or 5. This is 1, 3 or 5. And that might be good. Yeah, no, it's not. Well, it's a little bit good. Where is 3 in box 5? It's in one of these squares. So that's not 3. And that's not 3. It's still not quite doing enough, is it? There is one even digit down here. And I don't... 4, 6 pair here. No, I was about to say where's 4 in box 8, but I don't think we know that. We still... Yeah, I do still have to connect these up through box 8, but I can absolutely go to the 2, can't I, for my even. I don't have to go there to get an even digit, although I could. Oh, yeah, I see. So the point is that this square, which is definitely on Felix's path, we haven't got to this square from this square because that's the same polarity. We must have come from there because the wall spot prevents us coming from there. So we get another even digit as a result. So this digit is 6 or 8. And then we need an odd digit. Oh, no, this is great. This is great. Okay, so let's extend the path slightly. Now we need an odd digit now, and we can't get this one. And if we were to go down here, the next digit would be the cupcake, which we cannot visit on Felix's path because it cannot be a crossing point. So we have to go here, and this digit has to be odd, and there's only one option. So that is 9 and is odd. Now please let that do something. Well, I mean, it does finish the path. It's got to do that. I don't believe it. That's not done anything, has it? Oh, I'm so sorry. That's very, very upsetting. Oh no. No. I don't know. I don't think I can do anything. This being 9 doesn't affect this digit. That has to be higher than 1. Wow. Maybe I've got to... Maybe I've just got to pencil mark this row. I mean, it's an appalling thing to do, but I'm running out of ideas here. That's not 9. It could be some weird Sudoku thing that's... These can't be 6, can they? Because I've got this 4, 6 pair. So this is coming down slightly. There is a 6 in this domino. I mean, if that was 6, it would be very constraining on the thermo path that led to that cell. 4, that's 8, that's got to be 9. That doesn't break anything in the column. This digit we don't know. We know it's at least 3. I know that's at least 4. Wow. And do we know the options for the cats? Oh, maybe. Okay, 1, 6, 7, 8 into these squares in row 8, and that can't be 8. But the cat has two parity options, so I'm not sure that is the way to do it. So, okay, let's try and extend the cat's part. I can see the cat must do that. So one of these is even. And then I don't know. Well, let me think about that. How do we... how is the green line crossing the red line now? Is there some issue with it just doing this? Maybe not. I'm not certain, actually. Oh, well, hang on. Is that going to trap the... Oh, good grief, it does. Okay, we can rule out something here. Yeah, I can rule out green. This is a fabulously clever puzzle. I can rule out that, I think. Because we have to turn here now. And we've got to think about how the cat closes its path now. Now the cat doesn't go from odd to odd, does it? So the only way I can see that the cat can close its path is like that. And why do I not like that option? Well, look what it's doing. Oh no, it could go diagonally. I hadn't thought of this. So maybe that is all right. Okay, so what I was concerned about is that the red path was going to get pushed into an 8 here, which it can't be pushed into because it can't then get out of the box. This would be a 9 and there would be no connecting digit. But what I'd omitted to think about is maybe it could do that. And that might well be what it does. So if it does, yeah, it needs to muck around with its polarity if it was to do something like this. Because this is even, and this is odd, and that's the same polarity as this, which is not going to be a very good idea. Okay, but I'm sorry, I can't see immediately, therefore, why that breaks. So, okay, but just to come back here, is it still logical? How do we get to the whole? We must come from an even digit, so that is forced actually. That is forced. So if you don't cross here, where do you cross? No, maybe that's the point. Do I have to cross? Or maybe, I'm not sure. No, oh, I'm going mad. I think there's two possibilities, aren't there? There's a crossing. Well, actually, I'm not sure. If we cross there, and then this one, oh, hang on, what colour am I using for this? That one would go there. This would go up. And this would be even and would have to be 6, which it could be. And then it just has to get out of the box. Okay, so this would just have to be a high digit, that's fine. This would have to be a higher digit than 2, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, see that? I think that might work. I can't see why it doesn't. And then the alternative is the version we were looking at before, which is this one. This one feels more constrained. It's massively constrained if there is some reason why this digit, this digit's next move has to be there. That simply has to be true. But I don't think that's disobeying the rules, is it? So I think that is a possibility. So what prevents or allows this to exist? Oh, that has to be... Oh, there's two... No, that's even. That's fine. But isn't that... Oh, that's... Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, the parity's wrong. Sorry. It's really obvious. I just forgotten the rule. Okay, let's go back. Right. The point is that this can't be a crossing point, because on the green line, if we make that move, this is definitely an odd digit, and the path can't cross on an odd digit. So that's not the crossing point that we're looking for. So the only place that we can cross then is on the 2 itself, which is an even digit. So we have to do that. We have to do that. We have to do that. I'm not sure quite what that means, but what it does mean is that this is definitely odd. That's definitely even on the green path. So that is a 6 by Sudoku on this column. That is a 1 or a 7. This is an 8. That's not 8 anymore. This is a thermometer, so forget parity. Although actually both of those are odd by dint of parity on row 3. And these are 5s, 7s and 9s. And that's a 6, and it needs an odd digit next, which is probably that one, but maybe it could be that one, I don't know. And then that digit can't be 9 because it's the second cell on a thermo, which is going at least to here. Good grief. I mean, this is seriously impressive. That can't be 9 because, again, that's on a thermo. So this digit is something lower than 7 that is not 6 and 5, but is higher than 2. So it is 3 or 4. Oh. No. 4 is in one of those squares in column 8. 6 we don't know. 4, botheration. Okay, how are we doing for bishop's moves here? This is, yeah, so the parity is changing between here and here. They are on the same bishop's colour, yet they have different parity, so we do need to throw in a diagonal wobbly at some point. And the next digit from here has to be even, doesn't it? But I don't think that's a problem at all. There seems to be a variety of places. I mean, if it was there, that would be an 8. You would see all the other digits. This digit is higher than 3. Oh no, it's higher than 4 as well by the inequality. I don't know, this is baffling. If that's 7, we'd have to go that can't be 7. Oh goodness me, that's another beautiful point. If this is 7, how do we close the loop? How do we close the red loop? We need a digit that's higher. We could go 7, 8, 9, except the 8 isn't available. So we have to go 7, 9, but then that kills this square. So that has to be 3. Good grief, that's 1. That's 5. This is actually going to do things. Probably. I wish I hadn't said that. But oh no, it's still doing some things. 1, 3, 7 up there. Oh, 5 here. 9. 3, 1, 4. Good grief, this is fantastic. 4 by Sudoku. 9, 5. Yeah, this is it's still going. 5, 9. This is 7. Okay. Now these squares are 1, 3, and 8. And that's not 3, and that's not 1. Okay. We need an odd digit, don't we? Oh, we can't go there, look. We could go there. Depends what this is. Right, but we might be able to do more Sudoku. That's clearly not 5 anymore. That's clearly not 9 anymore. And that digit's not 7 anymore. So in this column, actually I've got a 7 here, so that's 9, that's 7, that's 5, that's 8, that's 7. We can obviously parity shade all of this. 5 and 7 come out of these squares, which turn into being 6s and 9s, and we're here. So we can close that in a variety of ways, unfortunately. But we can still keep going with Sudoku. This is now 4, which is even. This is a 4, so this is a 4. That's a 6. This column has not... Oh, it would be terrible if that's... No, that's an 8. I was just thinking, wouldn't it be terrible if that was now lower than the digit before it on the thermo, but it wasn't. That's a 5. I think Sudoku's almost just winning the race here, isn't it? These can't be 6s anymore. 1, 7, 8 triples. So we could get a 3 in the corner with a 3, 6 pair. We have got a 3 in the corner. 6 and 3. 6. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. 1, 8, 3 here. Oh, please, please. It must be done. It must be. 6, 9. 8 here. 1, 7. Yeah, 1, 7. So that, okay. So Felix was a 1. Okay, but now what we should do is make sure we parity colour everything we can. 1s, 3s, 5s, 7s, 9s, 6s. It's another, I mean, this is when the stream's meant to have started for anybody who's watching this at normal pace. But I haven't done the path. I have not done the path, not even close. Right, the 6, this is parity on the green line, so that we've got to go to a 1 rather than going to... now we've got to go to an even digit, which, because the path can't cross itself, must be that one, that one. Now we mustn't close, because we'd be going odd to odd, so we've got to go up and then we close. So is the path of the cat complete? And the answer appears to be no. No, it's not. Okay, well, we're going to have to get to an even, so we have to do that. I hadn't finished it down there. Okay, now the red path I know is not correct yet, because I can see a gap in it. So let's go through this. There's only one gap. I've got to go. Yes, so I have to, because the 6 is necessary for the path, I can't meander. I'm going to have to go directly. So it was a fairly straightforward. That is a brilliant puzzle, Tallcat. Goodness me, that was very clever. There were a lot of steps in that were brilliant. Quite brilliant. I mean, what a testament to Marty. I mean, Marty, don't get any ideas about making them harder than that. That was really, it was really challenging, but so much interesting stuff. Let's see if it's right. Oh, great! I get a thingy. The best laid plans of mice and men off go awry. After some creative cat wrangling, we coaxed Felix out of the maze, miraculously leaving both the Mus and the cupcake unharmed. For his part, Mus focused enough to reach his prize, but showed clear signs of anxiety. Observations suggest this was just as much from the task at hand as it was from the presence of Felix. As this raises ethical questions, future experiments are therefore put on hold. Gosh, that was fantastic. What a brilliant puzzle. Loved it. Let me know in the comments how you got on. Don't forget to go over to the stream now, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.